Hey guys, welcome back to another Saturday. So today is a cooking for Sandy day, and I have a couple of things that I've already made for her earlier in the week, and I'm going to add to that a tuna potato casserole. I'm also going to do a smoked sausage stir fry, and she's asked me to go ahead and do another superfood salad. So I'm going to start with the tuna casserole because that's going to cook for 45 minutes. So that is just a can of tuna and some thinly sliced potatoes. I'm going to use a mandolin. If you aren't familiar with a mandolin, please, if you try it, do be very careful. I have cut myself on here before, and it is very easy to do substantial damage if you're not careful with those. So if you're not sure about using those, you could certainly do them with a knife. I'm also going to add some onion, and then we're going to season that with Kinder's salt, pepper, and garlic blend. The sauce for that is a cream of mushroom soup and some milk. And then I'm going to top that with some cheese when it has about 15 minutes left to go. And that will be it. So I'm going to get this started first, and then I'll go on to her salad. And then I'm going to do the smoked sausage right before I leave so that she can have that today for lunch. Okay, so I had 1 can of tuna, and I looked at that and thought, that's just not enough. And the recipe had called for 6 to 7 ounces, 1 can of 6 to 7 ounces of tuna, and the cans that I had were 4 ounces drained, or just under 4 ounces. So I used another can. So I have 2 of those little chicken of the sea ones. And then my onion and some dried parsley. Then you mix the soup, the milk, the salt, and the pepper together. And of course, condensed soup is quite high in sodium anyway, so I didn't put a whole lot of the Kinders in there. And then I have my potatoes. So basically, I'm just going to grease my baking pan and layer it like you would a lasagna. I'm going to leave the cheese off until the last 15 minutes so that it doesn't overcook. And then that will be all done. All right, so we're on to the next part. So I am going to make her I do her salad toppings in a separate tray to the greens so the greens don't get soggy. So this week we are going to do pomegranate, some pickled peppers, blackberries, raspberries, some red cabbage with apple slaw, sprouts, English cucumber, grapes. I've got a persimmon, some corn, and some tomatoes. And then she will just add what she likes as she goes on to her salad greens. She and I are both big fans of fruit in salad, so I'm glad I've got lots of different fruits for her this week. All right, so here's the salad tray I'm taking down. I've got a couple of things in individual containers just in case she doesn't like them. I didn't want them to sort of taint the taste of other stuff. So this is the red cabbage and apple slaw, and that's the pickled peppers, and then I cut up the persimmon. And I have to say, I tried a little piece of that, and I think, so I doubt this happens to everybody. I think this is just a weird food that I'm going to react to, because immediately on putting it on my tongue and like chewing just a couple of little chews, my entire tongue went like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe. Fuzzy, dry. I don't know. My teeth felt weird. My tongue felt weird. The inside of my mouth, the roof of my mouth felt weird. It was very unpleasant. And I don't know. So I messaged Sandy and I was like, hey, have you ever had fresh persimmon? And she said she wasn't sure, but she'd had persimmon pudding and she liked it. And I was like, okay, well, I'll put it in a separate container and you can see if you like it. But not me. Anyway, so that's what's in the separate containers. And then I've got some red grapes, pomegranates, corn, blackberries, English cucumber, sprouts, and fresh tomatoes. And then she can just add what she likes as she goes onto her salad greens. All right, so for the last thing that I'm going to make her, and I'm going to take her this for her lunch. So I'm going to cook this now and then head on down there. So I have some uncured turkey sausage, and I'm just going to do a little stir fry with that. I have the other part of the onion that I used in the tuna bake. I have some grape tomatoes. These are red cosmic carrots. Got some bok choy and a piece of zucchini left, so I'm going to do those. And then we're going to have an orange ginger sauce on that. I tried that. I found it on clearance at Big Lots, and it's actually really tasty. It is 20 calories a tablespoon, and it's orange, garlic, soy sauce, ginger, and a little chili pepper, but it's not overly hot. So that was quite nice. I think that'll make a good stir fry sauce. And I'm not going to do a rice or a pasta to have this on. She's just going to have, I checked with her, and she's just going to have the smoked sausage and veggie stir fry. So once I get that all done, then I'll show you everything I'm taking down. All right, so here's everything I'm taking down. I've got her salad tray, her tuna potato casserole, some chicken salad, the summer sausage stir fry, a broccoli cheese soup, and these are 2 frozen chicken noodle soups I had made earlier. So I'm going to take that down to her, and hopefully she likes everything.